Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's lesson is about converting fraction notation into the decimal notation for hundreds. Welcome. As you can see, this is a fraction notation, and to convert it into the decimal notation, there is a trick that you need to realize it. The trick is, when you look at the denominator here, there are two zeros. The moment you see the two zeros, this should draw you to attention that after the decimal point, there must be two digits on the right. What do I mean? I mean that 12 over 100, these two zeros, it means that after the decimal place here, there must be two digits on my right. That is after the decimal point. And as you can see, 12 over 100 is written as 0.12, which is 12 hundredths. These are 12 hundredths. This stands for tenths, in terms of place value, tenth. This stands for hundredths. To write this 12 over 100 in words, it should be 12 hundredths. This is 81 hundredths in words. This fraction in words is written as 81 hundredths. To write it as a decimal, we need to look at the denominator. When I check at the denominator, how many zeros are there? There are two zeros. The moment I see the two zeros, it clicks in my mind that after the decimal point, there must be two digits on my right hand side. Therefore, to write it as a decimal, it's going to be 0.81. And these are the two digits after the decimal point. This one has been drawn from the fact that at the denominator there were two zeros, and the two zeros shows you that after the decimal point, two digits are needed on the right hand side. Let's do another example. This fraction, to be written in words, it should be 9 hundredths. To change it from fraction to the decimal, I need to check at the denominator. At the denominator here, the number of zeros are 2. Therefore, it means that when I'm writing it as a decimal, after the decimal point, two digits are required on my right hand side. And if I check here, it's only one digit, which is 9. Because we don't have two digits on the numerator here, where are we going to get the second digit? The second digit comes by, remember here, these are hundreds, we don't have tenths. So we don't have tenths here. We replace the tenths value with a 0 for them to become two digits. Therefore, 9 over 100 as a decimal is going to be 0.09. Because of these two zeros, it is a must after the decimal point to have two digits. And because it's only 1 9, the other digit here, we introduce a 0 to take the place of tenths. Remember, in the tenths value, there wasn't any number like here or even here. Therefore, our answer is 0.09. Let's get more examples. If you look at this fraction, the numerator is bigger than the denominator. This kind of a fraction is called improper fraction. Now, to change it to a decimal, we need to identify how many zeros are there at the denominator. There are two zeros. The moment I see these two zeros, I know that when I'm writing it as a decimal, after the decimal point on my right, there must be two digits. So, which two digits are we going to pick from these 384? We pick these last ones. Therefore, as a decimal, this 3 takes up the ones position, and then our point there, and then this is 8, 4. And as you can see, 8 and 4 are 2 digits after the decimal point, simply because our denominator had 2 zeros. So these 2 zeros makes us have 2 digits here after the decimal point. Let's do another example. Again, in this question, the fraction is improper since the numerator is bigger than the denominator. To write it as a decimal, I check at the denominator. How many zeros are here? There are 2 zeros, meaning that when I'm writing it as a decimal, after the decimal point, there must be 2 digits on my right hand side. Therefore, which 2 digits are these? They are the last 2. Now, my final answer would be 2.58. And that is our answer. Let's do another example. In this question, we are told that Mutiso scored 78 points out of 100 in a game of numbers. Now, write down Mutiso's score as a decimal. The first step, we express Mutiso's points as a fraction of the total. Mutiso scored 78 out of 100. So as a fraction is going to be 78 out of 100. To write this one as a decimal, as you can see, my denominator here has 2 zeros, meaning that my answer should have 2 digits after the decimal point. And these 2 digits are 0.78. So these 2 digits comes after the decimal point. And this is Mutiso's score as a decimal. I wish you the best, and kindly remember to subscribe, press the notification bell, show the friends, and also practice. Remember, practice makes perfect. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.